Hi, my friends. Welcome to Heal Thyself Podcast with our Wellness Healing Circle. I'm Reiko, Body Freedom Coach,
Hey guys,
and
so Life Purpose Coach here.
Crystal.
Hi, I'm Hong Ling, your self-care therapist.
Hi, everyone. Woo! Try to hype ourselves up for the podcast. But today, our topic is a more deeper topics. But I'm very excited for this because we are going to use a guided meditation, guided tools for our 21 days heal your inner child and thrive in your purpose journey. So we will let you know what is surrendering. So surrendering is our day five challenge in our 21 days journey. And this hit me very hard, this topic, because I did the surrendering just in 2022 in April. So I just want to share my story first. Let me start right now. Let me start first. So I just broke up in the year 2021 around August, September. And I was like in a victim mindset. I was very heartbroken because this is my second failed relationship. Because I was a divorcee of with the relationship 2 years marriage, but before that is about 9 years relationship. Then it didn't go well. Then I went on immediately to a 5 years relationship, and we just broke up again. And I felt like a failure. I felt like I can't maintain a good relationship. I always find a toxic man. I always enter a toxic relationship, and I do not know how to protect myself. I do not know how to set healthy boundaries, and I did not communicate well with my mom or my sister to tell them how I felt. I just keep it in myself internally. So I was quite heartbroken, but I still want to find love. I still want someone to love me, and I seek affirmation. I seek external love to feel worthy. So after that, I still went on to like Tinder dates, Bumble date, and find all these guys which are also unfortunately in the same energy, very negative energy. They are very egoistic, very alpha. So I was broken again with a 1 month Tinder relationship. I thought it went well. I thought everything is good, but I was broken again. Then there's one day in April, one night I was like, I just want to give up. I'm doomed in finding love. I don't know who am I. And I just went to a very dark place where I cry a lot that night. I was in my bed. I was crying, and I just spread out and say, I surrender. I really say this word, I surrender. I surrender to you, God. Then just help me. I let go of my control. Just help me. I don't want to be myself anymore. I let go of everything. Help me with my journey. I let you be in charge. I surrender to you. I surrender my soul, my everything, because I was so tired. Yeah. Then Then just a few days later, I was invited to accept Jesus in my journey. So that was actually the start of my awakening. So I was very excited and like happy with that I started to enter like a different level, a different frequency, a more spiritual realm, I guess. Then things start to work out. I start to be more conscious and try to break. There's a lot of breakthrough during that year. Yeah, so that is my little story. And anyone want to share the next one?
I mean, thanks for sharing, Reiko. I think it's very brave of you to be like, so vulnerable, and yeah, it's like it sounds very personable and like really, 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 really deep and vulnerable. So, thanks so much for sharing with us. And as you were sharing, I was just thinking, I mean, okay, so two things. Like, firstly, I think it's really amazing how you didn't give up on love, and that you're actually in like the most wonderful relationship that I can see now. I'm so proud of you for not giving up. And then secondly, it's like, yeah, I know, why is it always when before we can get better, we need to like surrender and like go through this ego death and die and like the dark night of the soul, the spiritual awakening. Why is it always always like that with us, fellow human beings? So
Yeah.
this was a couple of thoughts that I had when you were sharing. I don't know about Hong Ling.
Yeah. So I could, relate to Rico's, going through because for me, I had depression during the COVID lockdown in 2020. So, so some people tell me to surrender. So to me, it's like, surrender, what is it like? It's very vague for me. And then, the Singaporean mindset will come, ayo, sounds so cheap. Then, what is it about? It's just like praying to some divine or divine figures and get it done with. Yeah, but for me, it's about going through, okay, like for me, I spiral down. So I keep on ruminating that I'm an unfailure daughter. So my depression came about because of caregiving burnout. Then I just couldn't I just couldn't cope with my mom staying at my place and she has to leave, the my house, and I felt abandoned. So it was so bad that, there's one night I can remember, I didn't cry, but I just wanted to jump down from my house. My house is fifth floor, and just want to, because it's so painful. It's like I just wanted to end it. So I could really resonate with, like, no matter how hard I try, there are some moments where it is so easily, it's like so fragile. Okay. It's like, using the Singaporean, so cui. I was so cui that, I just wanted to give up. Yeah, but I was very glad that, there is a voice inside me and say that, you hold back, you hold back. And so I'm glad that, I didn't do so. And nowadays I could resonate that, why some people, can commit suicide like that. Because it's too much of an emo and too much into the rumination. Yeah, that for example, for me, I just can't see it. I don't know what surrender is, but for me, it seems like it's a journey, it's a phase. So I'm very blessed to have a group of friends that lend a listening ear to me. So every week we have a call together where they will talk about their challenges while I will talk about my depression. And one of them actually encouraged me to go to IMH and seek mental health professional. So my first initial reaction is like xiao la. I'm not xiao, I'm not that xiao also. That means I'm not that crazy. So why do I need to have all this mental health professional, support? And also I was worried about the record, having this record in IMH. Wow, sounds very bad if in future, if somebody know about it. So there is a lot of like social stigma that, you go to IMH, you're labeled as, somebody that is In Chinese we call it 不正常. Yeah, very different already. And and this part of me is very scared. But however, I think with the encouragement of my friends, they started to encourage me. And finally, one day, I used the word surrender. I reached out to our Singapore hospital, the polyclinic, then, in order to get a subsidized rate. And I was actually very blessed that, our Singapore mental health hospital was very uh timely. They just called me within like 4 hours of receiving the information from the polyclinic. So it's that they acted very fast and they asked me whether do I have continued to have suicidal thoughts. Then I said no. You just help me to put me into your appointment so that I can meet with the mental health professional. So there I go off, on my healing and wellness journey, working with the mental health professionals like the psychiatrists, the psychologists, and the family therapists, doing what is psychotherapy that helped me to understand why do I have all these thoughts. And for me, I realized that it all stems down to the childhood wounds, the childhood hurts that I have. And I was very blessed to have the family therapists who really understand and match me. We can. I feel very safe with her, and our rapport is very good. So she uses a lot of different psychotherapy methods that help me to continue to heal. So I'm very blessed that I was discharged after 2 years. So along the way, it is very challenging because I thought I surrendered already, but then sometimes I will have a relapse. So I make my relapse wrong. So relapse wrong again, then I find that I thought I surrendered already, leh. How come I still have relapse? So the psychiatrist tell me that it's an ongoing up and down. So you just have to learn to go with the up and down. So I would say that the relapse make me realize that that is still an ongoing journey. So until today, I'm still working on into recovery and advocating about depression. To me, it's like I am always very forthcoming to share with people. Hey, I got depression. So what? I recover without medication, leh. Yeah. So this is my story, and thank you for hearing it.
Thank you very much, Hong Ling. That is very, very vulnerable, very deep. Because depression is, you have the first-hand experience of how depression feels like. And if people doesn't have depression, it's really very hard for them to understand what is it going on in a person with suicidal thoughts. So it's very, very helpful for you to share with people, and hopefully people can with these suicidal thoughts can relate to you, and maybe find you to have more conversation of how to deal with their own thoughts. So thank you very much. We really appreciate you
I like
showing vulnerability. Yeah.
So what you mentioned about like the IMH, like I was thinking, yeah, I know, like it used to call Woodbridge, right, hospital. I think, oh, you sell, go Woodbridge. I think that as a child, I was like, oh, I thought Woodbridge is sell, and now it's called IMH. So yeah, I always think, oh my God, it's like the crazy hospital.
Yeah.
But then recently, right, I accompanied my friend to IMH, and to my surprise, right, it looked like SGH to me. It just looked like a regular hospital. Regular check-in, admin, go see the doctor, go get your prescription. It feels very normalized to me. And there were so many people there, and they got car park, everything. So, I thought it was this like ulu brown color institution, but actually it was like a regular hospital when I went there. And I think like the more we try and normalize IMH and mental health, it's just like regular health, like you fall sick, go see doctor. Then you're not feeling too, just go. And I think hopefully as we evolve and we progress, like mental health is just a norm, hopefully. Yeah.
That's very true, because now it's like there's a social stigma still, because like you don't want to seen as weak, you don't want to seen as xiao, crazy person to check in. There's still this social stigma there lah, to hey, why you go IMH? You xiao ah, you crazy or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's the more we talk about this, I think that is normal and it's okay to check yourself in, or to have a friend to help you, like accompany you to go and see a professional.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone needs to talk to everyone. Even the professionals at IMH also need to talk to professionals at IMH, right? I think.
Yes, yes.
And okay, and then back to the topic of surrender, right? Yeah, I think what I gotten from both of your like stories is there are many, I guess, layers and types of surrender. Like I've also experienced like what Reiko was sharing, like like the deepest like surrender. And I remember it was like the most painful moment of my life, but also the most freeing moment of my life at the same time. Like, like you're holding on to like so many past life regrets and resentments and anger and sadness. And then you just like at the point just, what, I'm done. You just surrender. At the same time, when I surrendered, I felt so free because I've let it go. And it's like I can just start again. I don't know what to do, but at least I'm free. And then with like, I think like Hong Ling, you're saying like the relapse is like, yeah, same thing. I thought, okay, like, just one big surrender and all good. But then I realized that, you just got to keep on surrendering over and over again. It wasn't as big as the first major surrender, but it still keeps on going, but it's a lot faster and easier. So yeah, that's why I came up with the surrender practice, because what helps sometimes is, when things get too overwhelming, right, just go into that pose. So like you are physically doing an action of like just, okay, head to the ground, my hands are on the ground, like I surrender, and then you just let it all go. Yeah. So it's just a practice that I thought was really, really helpful when, things get too overwhelming, like this thought here, that thought there, like, it's all jumbled up. What do I do then? It just helps to let everything go. And then you are able to see it a bit clearly after letting it all go first. So I think the practice is very helpful and important, because sometimes I just lie down on the ground and I just let it go. Sometimes it's as simple as just lying down on the ground. So yeah, I mean, to our listeners, hopefully, like you'll be interested in this, and then you can join our 21 days Heal Your Inner Child and Thrive in Your Purpose journey.
Yeah. So when you first surrender, what pose do you use?
The child's
child
pose.
pose.
The child's pose, yeah. I think as long as like your head is on the ground, and then yeah, for me it was child's pose, because I realized when I'm it's a bit like, like you're bowing to God, like God, like I surrender to you. So I didn't really think that Shavasana was, because Shavasana is like you are lying on the ground. It's also surrendering, but I always felt like it's about bowing to like God, to Jesus, your higher power, the universe. That's why I always, for me, especially surrendering, the pose is to put my head on the ground. Yeah.
For me, it's statement pose.
Or the Shavasana.
The Savasana, and just cry and cry and cry. My surrendering is like crying. So just to let all my trauma or my emotional tension out. So it helps me to just release something and release my energy, and just surrender on my bed, open up, because I open everything up. When you open, I think like for animals, right? Open the chest, open the belly, is like you show signs of like letting go of authority or control, and show sign of weakness, like I trust you, I trust the universe. So this is my pose of surrendering. What about you,
Yeah.
Hong Ling? What do you have any pose that you use for surrendering?
I just cry. And sometimes it's like when I listen to some music, I just cry for no reason. So initially, I judge myself. It's like, why do I cry? Why do I get so emotional when I hear this song? Then slowly I learned that, just cry is because, the emotions has been really suppressed in my body, and I couldn't find an outlet to basically release it. So, and when I cry for no reason, I find that after the crying, I feel very relieved and much lighter. So nowadays, when I'm with somebody and they started to cry, I just assure them that it is okay. But unfortunately, I realized that most of the people that I basically, talk to, like my friends, they also like me automatic, auto will say that, cannot cry. Then they will hold back their tears. Yeah. So this is the sad part is like, just holding back doesn't really help me, help us. It's just like, trying to stuff things down. So, and I also respect their decision. It's like, when they don't want to cry, uh, it's okay, and I respect that. Then the interesting part is that some of them, just wanted to cry, and I just continue to comfort them, but at the same time also cry. So I find that, when I'm so open, when we are so open and vulnerable, it was actually very healing for us. So join us in our 21-day Heal and Thrive, so that you will be able to experience some release that you never thought of. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a quick question that I have in mind right now is, why do you think that we have to go through this in order to have like awakening or increase our consciousness? Why do you think that this need to happen? Why do we need to be in a rock bottom, some challenges, or at the like this, to be able to see more of, have a different perspective of life?
Yeah. So I think personally for me is that, if I don't come across such rock bottom, I will always be in my comfort zone and I will never change. Yeah. So sometimes it's like when certain things happen to us that we cannot run away. Like for example, I cannot run away anymore. Then I'm forced to face it. And when I'm forced to face it during the time, it's like, I will definitely ask, Aya, why me? Of all the people, why do I have depression? Then I will keep on having this victim mentality. But however, my recovery journey made me realize that I'm not the only one having depression. There are a lot of people having depression and they are not even working on it. Yeah, they just keep on, suppressing it, not and avoiding it. So I just wanted to realize that, by me emerging out of it, I become more compassionate. I become more kind to myself. So I think is that all these challenges, allow me, okay, to be a better person that I never would thought to be. So nowadays, for example, the depression because of caregiving burnout, I learned to treasure my mom more. I learned to communicate with her in a different way rather than, the usual, at least years of pattern of communication. So this is what that make me to be a better person.
Yeah.
How about Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crystal?
Okay, I'm a bit like esoteric and very deep one. Consciousness. So there's the thing about the principle of duality. So if I didn't, like burden myself in my own prison, my own cage, I wouldn't know what my freedom is. So in order to experience what being free and what being awakened is, I need to also experience that, the dark side of it, like being trapped, being in the bondage of self kind of scenario. So yeah, I guess you can't have one without the other. So that's my super esoteric on it. Yeah.
So what I've experienced is, when you at a rock bottom, then you can realize that what challenges or what things you need to improve on, to make your relationship better, to make yourself better or life better. Because I do realize through like my rock bottom that I need to communicate my weakest point. Like I realize and aware that one of the weak point that is holding me back to become a better person is communication. This is the big area that I need to learn. It's a life lesson. So I think going to rock bottom and surrendering is going through a earth life lessons. Is what you need to learn, what you need to go through in order to not have this same scenario, negative scenario repeat itself again. So this is my take on it. Any last takeaway before we wrap this up?
We talk a lot of like very surrendering stuff.
I like deep stuff. I think
how to
talking
get
about
this
deep stuff.
idea? Oh,
I like deep stuff because it is this type of topics that, have this conversation so that people will know that, yeah, we are not just normal people. No lah, just kidding. We want more people to be awakened, to know like the challenge just is for them to learn. Yeah. Just love topics like this.
Yeah, I know what I mean, because like sometimes, right, when I'm asked to like talk like on the surface kind of thing, I don't know, I can't do surface level connection. I'm always going like super, super deep stuff. So yeah, really glad that I can chat about this with you guys. I don't know how to do surface level. Maybe something.
Don't know how to say.
Maybe
Okay, so on the side note, three of us are not very good at small talk. So if you want us to talk deeper, heartfelt, one-to-one, heart-to-heart conversation, we are very good at that.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's wrap up this conversation. If you like our sharing, we are all experienced coaches, and we are going to guide you in your inner child healing. So we have the 21 days inner child, heal your inner child and thrive in your purpose, and it's starting in 14 August after our National Day. So join us. Just check our account at Eventbrite, and everything is there at Wellness Healing Circle. And you can follow us at Instagram, Wellness Healing Circle. Yeah. And we have Facebook page. We have almost all the social media. You can find us everywhere.
Yeah.
Check
So the
out
kiasu, the kiasu Singaporean in me wants to say that, my tu liao, because the promotion ends on 20th of July. So, because after that, it's going to be back to the normal pricing.
Yeah, $100 off until 20th July.
The 20th of July. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Crystal.
No, just want to say for all you kiasu Singaporeans out there, like $100 off is a lot. What you get $100? A lot of things, you can go online, go Shopee, go spend this, spend that. So, do yourself a favor and save your $100 and just sign up for our program now.
Yeah,
Yes.
the usual price is 1988. So because this is, you will get daily almost an hour of education, and also guided meditation and visualization and exercises that you can do. So it is a lot of effort on our part as well. So you are just going to invest 147, I think. Check the price at Eventbrite. I forgot the exact number, but it's very low price. The actual amount is 1988. So 21 days of our combined efforts, 3 coaches, is a good steal.
Yes. So when you start healing yourself, you are striving to be a better person, okay, to yourself and to others. So join us.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you so much, coaches, my fellow mates. Really, really love our conversation today. And see you guys in our next episode. And have a good week ahead. Bye.
Okay.
You guys,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.